All right, we
What's up?
finally got. I don't know what was going on, but let's go ahead and get the. We're already started, so let's go ahead and get this cracking. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jeremy Wyman from CardinalSportsZone.com, and I'll be your moderator for the Louisville live stream here on the Rave On Sports App that's brought to you by the Louisville Collective, the 502 Circle. The purpose of this innovative idea is to bring Cardinals past or present together so you, the fans, can talk to the athletes that you love. We will have 20 minutes on the clock to ask any questions you like. Tonight, we welcome two very special guests. First up, the 6'6" redshirt freshman defensive lineman from Cedar Grove was the first-team All-Region player and helped lead the Grove to the 3A state championship as a senior. He chose Louisville over Michigan, Miami, Tennessee, and a host of other historical programs. He saw limited action his freshman year, but he maintained his red shirt by playing in the first 3 games of the season in the bowl game. He is the hard hitter, Adonijah Green. What's good? What's up, my man? How you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Hey, man, I'm doing fine. I'm actually on vacation in Orlando, man. So it's sunny. It's nice. Been sitting by the pool chilling. So we appreciate y'all hopping on here with us tonight. We still got one more intro to do, though, Adonijah.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Big Mike, man. Go ahead. Let him
Absolutely. Look, the 6'4" senior offensive lineman from Sun Valley High School started in all 13 games this year at left guard. He protected the quarterback as the team averaged over 30 points per game. He appeared in over 850 snaps and recorded 31 knockdown blocks. The team averaged 175 yards rushing on the ground with his contributions and scored 31 rushing touchdowns. He was a Max Preps All-State player in North Carolina and chose Louisville over the likes of Florida, Penn State, and Virginia Tech. He is none other than Big Mike, Michael Gonzalez.
What's up, man?
What's up, man? Look, I'm glad y'all are here. Mike, me and your mom was one of the first Cardinal moms that reached out because I run the CardinalSportsZone.com website, and we take pictures of all the athletes, and we do a lot of promotion. I played football at Louisville, so I do what I can to kind of help out the current cards and future cards. And like your mom was one of the first to hit me up and be cool with me, man. She is a great person, and she's always got nothing but great things to say about you. And I always tell her, man, we can tell that you were raised right by the way the way that you interact with the press and media and stuff like that. And you've just always been cool to everybody. So, man, we really appreciate not only having good athletes, but two really good people on here with us tonight, too.
I appreciate that a lot. She's probably on here right now watching, to be honest.
Probably so. It would not shock me at all. Well, look, let's get to the questions. We got some, and it did take us a few minutes to get y'all on here. I apologize for those technical difficulties. Here's how things work. The viewers are going to ask questions for the entire session. When there are breaks in between their questions, I'll ask some questions. Absolutely. Hi, Mom. Look, viewers, ask questions. I know my questions are fire, but we want to hear y'all's questions too.
Yeah.
But we'll get to my questions first while we're letting them load up a little bit. Why the University of Louisville? Mike, we'll go with you first. Why did you pick the University of Louisville over all those other programs that we named?
So really, I I was able to go on a lot of visits before COVID started, but Louisville wasn't even one of them at that point. But they started recruiting me heavy around the December, January area after my junior season, and I started building that relationship with the coaches, and I ended up having to start Zooming a lot. So we turned into Zoom and everything, and by the end of it, I felt like this was just the best place for me. Like I built those relationships, talked to all the strength coach, everything, academics, looked at the campus and everything, and I committed to Satterfield, of course. And the crazy part about it was my coach left after 2 weeks. So I say the first thing I learned about college was you got to adapt quick, but I'm just thankful I chose to come here, and it's been a great time.
Well, you've always been, whether you know this or not, you've always been one of the fan favorites because of the time when you did commit. It was a rough time for the city, for the university. COVID it really changed the game as far as recruiting and all other things were concerned. So every time there's that rumor, oh no, Mike might not come back, it's like everybody is like pressed about that. They really are like, I hope that's a lie. I hope somebody's out there spreading false rumors. So, man, we really appreciate you. I am saying your name right. It's Adonijah, right?
Yeah, it's Adonijah.
Adonijah. Daggone it, I practice all day.
Yeah.
Shout out to the person that gave me the wrong pronunciation. What's your choice for picking Louisville?
The reason I picked it was plain and simple. I like the place, the environment. The other schools that I have visited, like Ole Miss and Nebraska and all those other places, it didn't fit what I was accustomed to. You know, I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, which is a city, and those places are in the middle of nowhere. So from the environment standpoint on what I felt the coaches could do for me, I also committed to Coach Satterfield. So it was like he say, when you learn, you see he got Coach Brom a couple days before signing day, so it was like
Yeah,
trying to quickly get re-recruited, and it was just having faith that the decision I made from the get-go was the right one. You know,
absolutely. All right, we got some questions coming in. Lewis wants to know. We'll go with you first, Adonijah. Favorite thing about the city?
my favorite thing about the city is Big Mama's. They got some good food. I like that. I like Mama's food.
That's really good. What about you, Mike?
I mean, I just say the versatility of the city. I feel like coming here, there's just many different things you can do, many
Yeah,
different places to go eat. And one thing I really like is like you can go to a bunch of different cities within like an hour, 2 hour distance. So it's just got a lot of versatility. You can do a lot of things over here.
that's a really great point because you can literally, and I know a lot of cities are like this, but you can literally go in 4 different directions in Louisville and see 4 different ways of living, 4 different, from the top to the bottom. And like you said, you got Indianapolis, you got Nashville, you got Cincinnati, St. Louis ain't that far away,
Yeah.
Cleveland's not far away. So Atlanta's really not that far away.
No, it's
Like
not.
we had to hit Atlanta on the way down here, and it took us about 6 hours to get down
Yep.
there. You know how that traffic is down there,
Oh yeah,
and
it's crazy.
you always get stuck. I don't know why. Every time I come through Atlanta, I always get stuck right in front of the varsity. I
Yeah.
never
Oh
get to go
yeah.
in and get no food, but I always get stuck. Listen, we're talking
Right there.
about food. I'm getting hungry now. Favorite food place in the city so far?
I say Sapporo.
Yeah, yeah. My
Sapporo.
boy Mike took me to Sapporo. Shout out to Sapporos, man. They were good. Sapporo's
Sapporo
good.
definitely my go-to.
Have y'all
Yeah.
been to Saki Blue?
Nah, I heard
No.
about it though. I heard about it, but I just can't stop going to Sapporo though. Like I don't know, it's
You're
just
right.
the go-to spot. But
Yeah.
I have to check it out though.
Oh,
There's
what was
another
the name
place.
again? I didn't catch
It's
it.
Saki Blue.
Saki Blue. No, I haven't been there. This is the
You got
first
to
time I'm
try
hearing
that. And
about it.
there's
We
another
gotta
place
try
down
it.
there by you all. It's called Four Pegs. It's got like barbecue
Yeah,
wing. They
I
do
done
like
had the wings.
on Thursday. They do like all you can eat ribs for like $20.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, you cannot say that to me. I'm 6'6", 330 pounds. You're gonna give me all I can eat ribs for $20? I'm gonna eat all I can eat for $20.
Yeah. Shoot, that sounds like that's where I need to be at.
Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. Who's the funniest on the team? And Nigel, we'll go with you first on this one.
Ooh, the funniest. That's hard. Everybody got a different personality that make them funny. I know my top 5 funniest person on the team would probably be, I don't know. I feel like I got to give it to like Lance or somebody.
Okay.
Uh, I say I just want to shout him out. He's gone now, but definitely Raheem Craig
Oh
would be the
yeah,
funniest if you
Raheem.
asked this question
Yeah,
the past few years. But like now, I definitely say definitely Lance, Trey, and Rashid.
she.
They're
But
all like they're all linemen, new line or well not new linemen. Lance and Trey got here last year, but they're all pretty funny. I hang out with them a lot, so I always
Any
I'm
Chris,
always
any
laughing.
Chris Bell love?
Oh, Chris Bell's funny too. That's my dog too.
I
yeah,
was gonna
Chris
say
pretty funny.
everybody says y'all are like this is the second week in a row. Normally everybody else says Chris Bell right off top. This is like the second week in a row. Last week we had Colin and Penny,
yeah,
and they Colin said Chris, Penny didn't, and I was like, Penny, you're the first person that did not mention Chris Bell. So I'll have to let them know that the streak continues
Yeah.
here. Who's got the best playlist on the team, Mike?
Mm.
Well, there's definitely a bunch of different music that gets thrown on that on the locker room. Thing. But I say, who got the playlist? I mean, I only hear the people I'm close with, to be honest.
That's
So
fair.
I definitely say I'll listen to Lance's playlist.
Yeah.
Does what about you?
I'd have to say Ashton, only because Ashton's
Ashton's is
playlist
versatile
is
though. Ashton's
versatile. That's what I was
definitely
about to say. Ashton's
versatile.
playlist is
Ashton's is
versatile.
versatile though.
Yeah. So you get different kinds of music that you're like, okay, I could deal with that. I could rock with this. That's good. So I
Yeah,
give it to Ashton.
absolutely. Him and Brock, they've done a kids camp the last 2 years
Uh-huh.
out at King George's, and Ashton had his playlist, and I could have sworn there was a little Taylor Swift even in there. It was a little bit.
He
It was
gonna
Oh yeah.
a little
he
bit of
got
I
everything,
believe
like
it.
y'all said.
everything.
A little bit of everything. All right, let's get back to the viewers. I actually asked some questions now. We appreciate that. Adonijah, how do you feel spring ball has been for you? Because from the practices that Wes has been to, you've been killing it.
I think this spring was very important to me and for me. Um, I feel like it's been good. I got everything that I needed to get out of it, able to fine tune a couple of things and work on technique and dig a little deeper into our playbook. I feel like the spring was very important for me, and I took advantage of it.
Mike, who's an underrated guy on the defense and offensive line that fans may not know much about? That's from our guy Higgy.
So I will say underrated guy on the O line has to go to Rasheed Miller. He been here. I've been working with him and stuff. That's just become one of my closer friends, and I feel like he's gonna really have a great season because me and him were like working together all the time. A lot of the guys are working too, but he's just one of the guys I've become the closest with. So I think he's a very underrated guy, and we'll see his name whenever we go out there for the season. And then on the defensive line, I have to say, let's see. Uh, who's the most underrated? I mean, I don't feel like he's underrated, but I feel like Jared Dawson, he was not there for spring ball, but I feel like he's definitely not talked about as much as people really like. I don't know. I just haven't seen his name out there that much before, but I feel like he's a beast, and once he gets back on the field, he's going to be a big part of our D line this year. So I feel like he's a big name that people need to start bringing up.
Mike, you were supposed to say Adonijah Green, man. That's how this works. Like
Oh, hey, nah, Sticks is a beast too, though. He knows that. We talk about it already. I'm excited for him too. He's gonna be a big part of the D line this year, and I'm just ready to see him ball out too. But he knows that though.
Yeah.
For sure, for sure. Look, that's one thing I've enjoyed. This is probably, I think, my seventh or eighth one I've done, and it's crazy because every matchup that they've given me so far, you can tell that the guys are friends in real life and like they really like enjoy being around each other. They got good things to say. Like even all the way back to Willie and Cameron. I know Willie Tyler and Cameron Kelly. I did the very first one last year, and they cut up the whole time. And again, Colin and Penny, and there's so many more. I don't even want to like the second I forget to name one. One of them will DM me and be like, "Why didn't you name me?" So I'm trying to. Who did I have a couple weeks ago? Oh my gosh, it was. You know what? Let's get to the next question. I've already got my mind on the next question anyway. Adonijah, what do you like to do for your wind down time?
There's a couple of things that I like to do. I'm still like kind of venturing off to figure out what I like to do. But recently I've been fishing, you know.
Okay.
So yeah. So for my wind down time, I like to just fish, sit and watch, see if I can catch a fish. You know, it's been hard, struggling lately. I ain't got a fisher skill in me yet. but
Listen,
I find a lot of
you gotta have patience for that
yeah,
because
yeah,
it, it's crazy. I'm the type of dude, and I'm sure y'all are too. I want to score baskets. I want to get the
yeah,
ball in the end zone. If I'm sitting there for 3 hours looking at the same spot, I just don't get into that too much. So I used to do that with my dad. He loved doing that. it wasn't really for me too much.
Yeah, the patience parts is real. I'm sitting there trying to, okay, I'm gonna catch this big fish. I'm gonna get this big fish. Just sitting there waiting.
Absolutely. Mike, what about where do you think your game has improved the most this off season?
I definitely say just using my hands a lot better. I feel like I've been able to use my hands as a big part of the game. Like I feel like it starts with your feet first, and I feel like I always had the feet. I always had the mental side of my game, but I never really used my hands to my best ability. So I feel like I'm starting to get that down now, and just crafting on that, and then becoming the best leader I can to help lead this team.
What about you, Adonijah?
Sorry, what was the question again? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Where do you think your game has improved over the most over the off season?
My game has improved as far as learning the technique. You know, I think when I first got here, I was working a lot off of natural ability. So just taking the time to learn different techniques and apply them to my game, I think I've been pretty good at that. And learning to trust my speed because I'm fast, but you would think that I'm not fast because I don't trust it a lot half the time. But just learning to trust my speed, so that's been helping with my game.
Absolutely, and I remember right after I said Jonathan Mendoza and Monroe Mills, they were a trip. We were talking wrestling because Monroe was a high school wrestler,
Yeah.
and so one of the people asked, "What would y'all's tag if y'all were a WWE tag team? What would y'all's wrestling tag team name?" They just gave me all kinds of goofy answers, and it was a good time for sure.
Nah,
But
them
I wanted to make sure 'cause the second I didn't mention them, I was going to get a DM from Jonathan. Was like, why didn't you mention me? Well, it's because I'm sitting here doing the show, buddy. It's live. Uh, what are you looking? We'll reverse field here. What are you looking for? Oh, it's about to end.
Uh-oh.
It's
Well,
about to just
Hold on,
end
can we get
abruptly.
this last question in real quick? Let's see if we can make it. Oh,
no, it's
okay.
going to cut us
Ain't
off.
gonna make it.